What's up guys, my name is Jack, you're watching JBTCG, and right now we are in unprecedented times. Mega Evolution has had the strongest release of any set in Pokemon TCG history. The value of the booster box on release is the most expensive that we've ever seen. In this video, we're going to go over the prices of Mega Evolution sealed products, where I think there's an opportunity to invest, and where I think a lot of people were wrong in their opinions about this set in general. We're also going to take a second look at Destined Rivals, and I also have something to show you guys in Paldea Evolved as well. So strap in, we've got a lot to go over today, but first we're starting with the Mega Evolution Enhanced Booster Box. So this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Release day came and went, and the value of this booster box didn't drop at all. I think right before release, what was it, September, what was it, 24th or 25th, it was valued at $310, 90 sold that day. Release day came, which I think was September 26th, 313 booster boxes sold on TCG Player, market dropped to 301, and today market is back up to 309 with 119 selling. Lowest listing is right around 310, and there's a ton of listings right around there. But the thing is, with a ton of people listing these on places like TCG Player and eBay, they still didn't drop at all because there was so much demand to meet this. Normally what we see is on release, booster boxes, they drop a bit in value because they get flooded onto the market. They drop in price briefly, even though there's a ton of demand, there's just so much supply, and that brings the price down for a little bit, but then we start to see it trickle back up as there's less and less supply of these booster boxes. However, that is not what we're seeing today. What we're seeing here is steady demand and a refusal to drop below $300 in the secondary market. Absolutely insane stuff. This is unprecedented. Destined Rivals, I think at its low, let me pull up the graph here, dropped around $240, $250 in like mid to late June. And then obviously since then, it's skyrocketed back upwards in price to like $400, $500. But after release, it did fall in value. This, we aren't seeing that drop yet. Now it could happen. Maybe we start to see a slight tapering off in price as people, they get their fill of Mega Evolutions, they open the packs, they're not interested in buying booster boxes. But right now, there's no indication that there's any weakness in the market for Mega Evolution. Now, I wanted to talk about one point that I saw a lot of people bring up, both in my comment sections and in other people's comment sections. And I feel like some YouTuber had to like instill this idea in somebody's mind. I couldn't find a video where somebody said it, but it was such a widespread opinion that I feel like it couldn't have just been like naturally occurring. And that's that people didn't want to invest in the set because it was a base set. They thought, because it's a base set, either it's going to be printed into oblivion or that we're going to see much, much better sets come later in the Mega Evolution era, and that's not worth it to invest in these products right now. And this idea, I was thinking about it for a while. I feel like it stems from the history of base sets in the Pokemon TCG. And if you don't know, base sets generally do perform worse because it's a full region of new Pokemon that they're introducing. So with like XY base, that one's a little different because the boxes are super rare, so a booster box for XY base is very, very expensive. But things like Sun and Moon base, that is one of the cheapest booster boxes of the entire Sun and Moon era, and there isn't that much demand for it because when you look at the set list, it isn't a very good set. Like the top chase cards aren't that good, they don't really stand out. I think it's like a regular, like full art Umbreon. And the Umbreon card isn't even very creative. It's just like a render of Umbreon on like a blue background. Now maybe there's a rainbow as well, but even then, it doesn't stand out very much, and most of the Pokemon in this set are new Pokemon from the Sun and Moon era because they're introducing a new generation. And what people generally love in the Pokemon TCG, or in Pokemon in general, are the Pokemon that they grew up with. So for me, that's like Pokemon from the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum era. Big fan of Giratina, big fan of Garchomp. That's why I love the Cynthia's Garchomp from Destined Rivals. That is one of my favorite cards that we've gotten in this entire year. And that's why you see cards with Pokemon like Mewtwo, Mew, Charizard, Gengar, Eevee. That's why you see them get super expensive. It's because people love those Pokemon and they've loved them for years and they're attached to them and they feel like they need to buy whatever new card of those Pokemon comes out in the TCG. With newer Pokemon, people don't feel the same at all. Like if you look at Sword and Shield base, like I don't even think you guys could tell me the top chase card in that set. I do know off the top of my head, it is a Snorlax VMAX. So the top card in Sword and Shield base isn't even a new Pokemon that was introduced in the Sword and Shield era. I guess technically VMAXs were, but it's a Snorlax card. And that card isn't even very expensive either. For Scarlet and Violet base, you get the entire new Paldea region starters. None of them are very expensive. I think honestly the most expensive might be the Fuecoco illustration rare. It's more expensive than the special illustration rares. But the top chase card in that set is a Gardevoir. It's not a Pokemon from the Paldea region at all. But that's the main reason that we don't see these base sets do very well in the market. It's because people like the Pokemon that they've liked for years, and accepting something new can often be kind of difficult. But with this base set, we don't actually get any new Pokemon. We don't even get any new Mega Pokemon. These are all Mega Pokemon that we are very, very well acquainted with, and people love a ton. So in my opinion, this set is more akin to a regular main set, just with Mega Pokemon, rather than a base set introducing a ton of new Pokemon that people might not like as much. Now say instead of Mega Gardevoir, Mega Lucario, Mega Latias, Mega Venusaur, this set had like Mega Victreebel, Mega Dragonite, the Mega Raichus or whatever, then I would understand holding off on investing in it because it's a bunch of new Pokemon. This set, it's fan favorites all the way through, and we'll go through some of the pricing on these cards because it's insane. They, for the most part, haven't tanked in price. So the top chase card in the set, it is the Lucario, the Mega Lucario Gold, which I do think looks pretty awesome. I have to say, although I'm not a big fan of these Mega Gold cards, they do look pretty cool. They do look pretty cool. They don't beat out the Akiragawa Gold cards. Still, those are the best Gold cards we've ever received. But we have consistent sales at or around $500. Obviously, there isn't crazy demand for the Gold card because it's $500, and that's super, super expensive and prices a lot of people out. But still, it is selling for $500 after release day. Mega Gardevoir, same kind of deal. I think we have some sales, yeah, in the $400 to $500 price range. Still incredibly expensive. So we have two chase cards at $400 to $500. Tons of value inside of those, but beyond that, the special illustration rare chases are also incredibly expensive, and the artwork is also fantastic. And that is the main reason why I think this set is holding up so strong at release and is surprising a lot of people. It's because there's so much inside this set and there's so much value inside this set. And it almost justifies the incredibly expensive booster box price and sealed product price in general. Now with the Mega Gardevoir, we have consistent sales in the $280 to $290 price range. We had 25 sell in the past 2 days. So consistent demand. This is a very popular Pokemon, a very popular card. It looks absolutely insane. No surprise that it's super expensive. But moving on to the second place top chase card, this is the Mega Lucario. This one, we have recent sales right around $270 to $280, so a little bit cheaper than the Mega Gardevoir, but still an incredibly expensive chase card. Definitely something that people are going to want for years to come because it's Mega Lucario, it has Mega Venusaur in it, and then you also get all of the other Megas that I think are featured in the set fighting in the background there. Such a cool and creative card, huge fan of it. And then Mega Latias is our next top chase card right now. This one is sitting at $220. Let's see what sales are looking like. Yeah, we have one sale at $196, and then some at like $210, $211. So this one, honestly, I was shocked. They managed to make, or I should say, Akiragawa managed to make a Mega Latias card look fantastic. And if you don't know, Mega Latias is one of the least favorite Megas, just like across the entire like community of the Pokemon TCG or just Pokemon in general, because Mega Latias and Mega Latios look virtually the same. And a lot of people are like, it's not creative, it's nothing special, but this card is something special. It's fantastic. The detailing, the sky above the Latias, and then the like city streets below it, or I can't even really process what it is, but it looks absolutely insane. I think its $200 price tag is justified just because of how cool that card is. Then beyond that, we've got the Mega Venusaur, another fantastic card. It connects with the Ivysaur and Bulbasaur. This is going to be something that people look for years to come because not only is it Venusaur, but it has that extra feature of being a set that combines with the Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. For the Venusaur, we do also have consistent sales between $200 and $220. Tremendous value inside of these top special illustration rares. Now, I would expect some of these to drop in value. That is pretty normal, pretty standard for cards, is that after release, tons of product gets opened, tons of people rip, more of these get onto the market, and we see their prices kind of drop a bit. I wouldn't expect them to tank though. I honestly don't think we'll see Mega Lucario go below $200. Same thing for Mega Gardevoir. I don't see a world where Mega Latias or Mega Venusaur go below $100. So let's say even if all of these top chase cards tank in value, they drop by 50% from their current prices, this set still has more value than pretty much every set from the Scarlet and Violet era. That is how good and how strong this set is. And even if we go beyond the Venusaur, we have Lily's Determination, which is $175. Not for me personally. It looks like, honestly, you got too close to her, like on the subway or something, and she's like clutching her purse like away from you, like she's a little scared of you. That's not for me. Not a big fan of that card. But then again, I don't like special illustration or trainers very much. Then beyond that, we got the Mega Absol at $100, Mega Kangaskhan at $100. Then we have an illustration rare Marshadow sitting at $90. This is crazy, and this I think we need to talk about at least for a little bit, because $80 for an illustration rare is insanely expensive. I don't think there's very many. I mean, how many illustration rares are more expensive than this? Like, obviously we've got the Magikarp. That's the most expensive illustration rare, but is this second place? I don't know. But to me, this is a fantastic card. It is a very well done Marshadow card. Obviously, you get Pikachu, you get its shadow, and you have Marshadow appearing from it. It is very, very cool. Would I pay $90 for it? No, but I'm not the biggest Marshadow fan in the world. But what's crazy is that there is very, very consistent demand for this at $90. Like, all the recent sales are right up there. Let me check how many. 195 of these sold in the past 2 days. 195 with a low of like $78 and a high of $87. That's insane. That's insane demand. So even if this card drops by like 50% in value, it's still a $40 to $50 illustration rare card, which is very, very expensive. Now, how many cards did it take us to get below $100 for this set? 1, 2 with the 2 golds, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Marshadow is the 10th most expensive card in this set at $90. You know what the most recent main set with value like that is? Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is the answer. That is the only main set in the past, I don't know, 4 years that has 10 top chase cards at $90 plus. So I think a lot of people are missing out on Mega Evolution because they speculated that it wouldn't be received very well because it's a base set or that it's mid. But by every metric, by the value inside the set as well, and the fact that we get an enhanced booster box with a fantastic promo inside, this set is not mid. This set is absolutely fantastic. It's extremely well done. The chase cards, the illustration rares as well. You have the beautiful Vulpix, you have a really cool Marshadow. The Steelix is also a very, very cool card. I'm a big fan of that one as well. There's tons to chase in the set. And then the ETBs have fantastic promo cards inside, with the Gardevoir having the Alakazam card, which is pretty cool. I like the style of it. And then the Lucario one having the Riolu card, which I am a huge fan of. Definitely love that. And Riolu is a fan favorite Pokemon as well. So a lot of people were calling this set mid, but by every metric that we have, this set is far from mid. Now let's talk about Destined Rivals real quick. Let's move on to the most recent main set. I do want to check in on some prices here. So the booster box, we'll pull up that first. We saw it get pumped up to around $500. It has since kind of recovered after that massive pump in value. Right now, I think the lowest listing is $438, so a little bit lower than $500. I do expect this to kind of settle around that $400 to $430 price range. Destined Rivals is a fantastic set. We all already know this. What's really funny is that I see a lot of people that were talking about how Destined Rivals was mid before it released, now saying that Mega Evolution is mid with its release. Because I won't let y'all forget, I'm not letting people forget, people were calling the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX goofy and weird and saying that they didn't want it or they didn't like it because of the positioning of the Mewtwo and how weird it is and how goofy it is, all this stuff. And right now that card is like $500. Let's check the near mint cost on TCG Player. $530 is market value. Consistent sales at or over $500. So by no means in my mind is that mid. Now the second top chase card is that Cynthia's Garchomp. This is my favorite card in the set, my personal chase. This one is making huge moves up. Let's check the last month. 32% upwards in the past month. It's about to be $300. Huge, crazy moves for this card. Not that surprising. It's a fantastic artwork. It has Cynthia, it has Garchomp, but let's check real quick. How many cards are above $100 for this? You have 1 with the Team Rocket's Mewtwo, 2 with Cynthia's Garchomp, 3 with Ethan's Ho-Oh, 4 with Moltres, 5 with Nidoking, 6 with Crobat, and then Misty Psyduck is at $75. So although Mega Evolution just got released and it hasn't had time to really settle in the market, that set has 9 Pokemon at or above $100. This set has 6, and it's being considered the best set from the Scarlet and Violet era. The set list for Mega Evolution is worth significantly more, but even if it were to drop, say, 30% in value, it would still be more than destined rivals. Now, I said we'd cover Paldea Evolved, and as promised, let's pull up the graph of the booster box. Right here, this is $473. It's made a decent move up in the past month. Looks like it might have gotten bought out on one of these days, but still, market is around $470, so a very, very expensive booster box. And also, this booster box is not rare. Paldea Evolved did get reprinted several times, and not small reprints either. It got pretty large ones. It just happened to be that those reprints came before all the hype in the hobby, so a lot of people don't remember Paldea Evolved being cheap. But if you were in the hobby for even over like 10 months, you do remember Paldea Evolved being very, very cheap. Now, the top chase card, obviously, super expensive. This is the Magikarp illustration rare. An amazing card, nothing really to say about that. We have consistent sales for the near mint, around $380 on average. So very, very expensive top chase card, very coveted top chase card. But after that, the next top chase is a $60 Tyranitar, then a $60 Mousehold, then a $60 Raichu. There's only one card over $100 in Paldea Evolved, and obviously it's a fantastic top chase card, but the actual depth in the set, it can't compete with something like Destined Rivals. It can't compete with Mega Evolution Base. Paldea Evolved, a set with a $475 booster box, only has one card worth over $100. Mega Evolution Base, with an enhanced booster box with that promo that's worth around $30 inside, has a booster box of $300, and it has 9 cards above $100. And on top of that, 2 cards inside that are worth more than the Magikarp is currently. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this video, what you think about the Mega Evolution set release. Have your opinions changed on Mega Evolution in general? And are you looking to invest in it even at these super high price points? But that's all I got for today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay safe out there.